Yo, so a problem that I used to run into a lot in the past and that you could possibly be running into right now is that you're spending a lot of time searching through thousands of individual samples every single time you sit down to make a beat. Tell me if this sounds like you, alright? So you sit down at Maschine to make a beat and you open up your big ass folder full of 32,000 individual drum sounds and you click on each individual one, going through the entire library from top to bottom to try to find the sound that you want to work with for the beat that you want to create. All right? And after 5 or so minutes have passed, you sort of feel deflated and you've lost that creative spark. You know, your creative energy just evaporates into thin air after searching in that big ass folder. So what's the solution to this problem? Well, basically it involves eliminating all of these decisions every single time that you sit down to make a beat. Your brain is forced to make a decision, a yes or no, or a maybe, I guess, decision every single time you listen to a new sound in your sample library full of sounds. And this decision-making process, this logical, pacing that's going on in your mind, every single time you have to make another decision, it kills the vibe. It kills the creativity that's going on. It kills the energy of the project. When you're sitting down to make a beat, you just want to be able to catch a vibe and really just build in your music instead of making decisions. So the solution is what I'm about to go through with you right now, and that basically involves organizing yourself before you sit down to make a beat. All right, it involves pre-selecting only the best sounds to eliminate all of those decisions so that you can focus on being creative every single time that you sit down on Maschine. It's cleaning up your workflow. This is going to help you in 3 ways. The first way is it's going to drastically improve the speed of your workflow, okay? Because you're going to be eliminating the majority of decisions that a lot of people have to face when they're making their music, and that's searching through a whole bunch of different sounds. You're going to pre-select only the best sounds to work with so that every single time you've got a good foundation. The second thing is it's going to improve your sound, all right? It's going to improve the quality of your sound because you're not going to, it takes a lot of creative energy as you're going through a beat. Sometimes you just want to move forward, and it eliminates the possibility of you selecting something that's subpar if you go ahead of time and only select the best sounds out of your sample library. The third is it's going to, like I said, pre-select good quality sounds for you. So overall, it's going to improve the quality of your sound on Maschine because you're only going to be working with good sounds when you make a beat, not searching through mediocre bullshit. So let's do this right now. We're going to jump on over to the computer and I'm going to show you my process right now of organizing my sample library from beginning to end. All right, I'm gonna break down everything along the way and show you how this is done. So let's go do it. All right. So we're here over at the computer, and let me lay down the groundwork. The first step that we need to do is to go inside of the computer and find all of the sampling folders. Okay, so wherever you've saved samples previously, you need to gather all of those folder windows and basically put them in a place where you can access them. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I typically save mine here. Documents, let's see, samples or native instruments. Sound library. All right, so I've got all my samples saved in this location. And I've got some more located here. Let's see. Let me put these in here. I'm going to make sure that I have everything saved in the proper location. It's because I have not followed my own advice and I've been saving stuff in random locations. All right, so these are the 2 locations in which my samples are mainly exist on my computer. All right, so we're going to get these 2 windows and we're going to dive into those on the next step. All right, so before you do anything with the sounds themselves, what you're going to do is open up a new folder. All right, so new Finder window. We want an entirely new window, and I want to save these inside of a location in which I'm going to remember where they're saved, number 1, and number 2, that I want to save them in a location that I'm not going to move. All right, and that's very important because a lot of people tend to save their their sound files and their project files on their desktop, and then it ends up filling up their entire desktop window, and then they end up moving those folders at some point because they can't access anything on their desktop. This is a problem because once you move something and you have already built, say a Maschine project from the files that were previously saved on your desktop and you've moved them anywhere else, then there are going to be a location error on your machine. You're not going to be able to find those individual samples. You're going to have to go through and find each one in the new place that you saved it in your computer, which makes a goddamn headache. So let's instead save it somewhere which we know we're not going to move it, somewhere that's permanent. And I typically save this in the Documents folder on my Mac, all right? So let's do that. New folder. We are going to name this folder Drum Samples, and then we're going to put the date as well. So this is the month of June 2016, all right? So let's do that just to make sure we can know later on when we got those samples, all right? So it's that simple, all right? So gather up all your sampling windows. The second step is create a new dedicated folder in a location in which you will not move, all right? Don't make the major mistake of saving it to the desktop. Next, inside of this folder, this drum samples folder, we're going to create individual folders that correspond to the type of samples we're going to put into it. Meaning, we want a folder for kicks, we want a folder for snares, we want a folder for hi-hats, we want a folder for, let's see, what else can we get? Let's say 808s. We want a folder for, let's see, organic, or let's just say loops. All right, let's do with these main folders right now. What we're going to do then is, after this step, after we've just created the subfolders, we're going to go through where our samples are saved elsewhere, audition these sounds, and then drag and drop the A quality sounds into this folder, all right? So this is the distinction. This is the very, 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 very important part. We're only going to find and choose the best sounds, not the iffy sounds, not the mediocre sounds, not the B sounds, the C sounds, the D sounds, only the A sounds, all right? It's okay if you only end up with, maybe 6 or 7 kick drums at the end, or a few different snare drums. You only want unique and interesting sounds when you're searching through here, all right? And this is going to help pare down your decision making once you come to make a beat. It's all right if you use, only 6 different kicks and snares in every beat that you make, for the next few months. That is okay. As a matter of fact, that's how professional producers develop their own sound. It's by utilizing a sound, the different drum sounds that sound best to them throughout different productions, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to grab our original folders, and I'm going to go through this exercise of finding only the sounds that I like, all right? So let's go through here. We're going to jump to the 808s first, I guess, since that's first. We're going to find only the 808s that I like. Ooh, I like that one. All right, so we're going to take 80818 and drop it into our 808 subfolder over here. So just drag it, drop it, done. So 19, let's see what this is. No. 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 That one's nice and subtle. Those two are pretty good. I like that one. Let's hear this again. Okay. All right, so those are the 3 808s that I got. Next, we're going to move on over to the kick drums, all right? So basically, just follow this process. We're going to jump through the other sound samples. So if you have multiple folders with different 808s saved, you want to go into each one of those individual folders and drag and drop only the A808s, the A quality 808s into this folder, all right? And make sure you don't overwhelm yourself. That's the entire point. You don't want a bunch of different options to work from. It's going to increase your workflow, increase your sound, and improve your creativity only if you have a limited amount of sounds to choose from, because constraints breeds creativity. It's going to allow you to pare down your decision making to only make the most effective decisions when it's time. All right, so let's do one more subsection. We're going to do kicks. I'm going to find only the best kick drums. This first one was kind of unique, though. It's got a sound layered over it, which isn't perfect, but let's go ahead and use that. That sucked. Sucked. All right, so just one, for real. Only one caught my ear. We'll go down to the next folders and see if we can find some more. Let's see, gold pack. I'm going to throw this into the 808. Ooh. That's unique. Ooh. It's got a unique sound. Short, I like that. I like that too. Alright, so I don't want to belabor the point, but you guys get what I'm saying, alright? Follow the steps. Very simple, very easy. First step is you're going to gather all of the individual sample folders that you have on your computer, alright? Find every single sample that you've downloaded from the internet, every single sample that you might have purchased in the past, everything. You want to open up all of those windows and get them in a place in which you can access them. The second step is like we did was we created an entirely new dedicated folder for our samples to be organized, all right? And typically I might use this sample folder that I'm creating right now after I've reorganized things. I might use this for 2 months. Only when I go to create the beat, only utilize the sounds that I've saved inside of this folder, okay? So we created a dedicated folder for these new samples in which we are going to set aside, all right? The third is we created the subfolders to organize this folder further, right? The kicks, the loops, the snares, the hi-hats. And the next step, the fourth and final step, is to find the best sounds out of all of your individual samples and place them in the corresponding folders that you just created, all right? This is very, very important, guys, all right? Very important. This is useful for me, and it's going to be useful for you because it sort of creates and sets the vibe and the mood for every sound that you produce, probably for the next few months. I like to do this every few months just to make sure that I'm switching up my sound and I'm progressing and taking the sound to a different level. And my tastes typically evolve based upon, my taste in music sort of changing every so often. But Basically, it's going to allow you a palette of sounds. You know, like a painter might have all the colors on his little palette color wheel. It's going to allow you to choose the palette of sounds that you can work with within your beats, all right? This is very, very, very important stuff. So, you obviously have followed me thus far in the video. You've watched, everything that I've got going on so far. So you're serious, clearly, about developing your skills as a producer. You're serious about learning how to utilize your machine to make better music, all right? But what if I could give you everything that you needed to make authentic golden era, I'm talking sample-based, Pete Rock, J Dilla, DJ Premier style, the old Kanye West style beats using your machine? What if I could give you everything you needed in order to learn how to do that on a machine? Well, I've put together a package called the Gold Pack that quickly gives you the knowledge and the skills and the sounds that you need in order to make real, authentic hip-hop beats on machine. Like I said, it's called the Gold Pack. And this package breaks down the entire process of making creative hip-hop beats on machine from beginning to end. All right? Not only does this package give you the step-by-step instructional video lessons, as you can see here, I give you everything that you need. The video lessons, I give you the sounds that you need. I walk you through an entire program on sampling on machine, putting together the drum grooves, chopping and flipping drum breaks, how to find great samples on the internet, places to dig for samples on the internet. I give you an entire package of drum sounds, drums, samples. I give you, what else do I give you? I give you an entire library full of samples as well. You get over 10 samples from records that I have handpicked for you. So a lot of great value inside of this package, all right? But here's the catch. I've got a deal going on today, all right? The Gold Pack is normally $49, and even at that price, if you manage to sell just one copy of, say a beat license for $50 from the information that you learn from this Gold package that you're about to purchase, then this package will already pay for itself. But I've got something unique going on for followers of my YouTube channel. Today, I'm letting go this copy of the Gold Pack for just $1. All right, there's no catch, there's no strings attached, literally $1. All right, so if you click the link in the description, if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link. If you're watching this on the blog, there will be a link below the video where you can get access to your $1 copy of the Gold Pack. You're going to click the link, you're going to land upon a page that looks like this, where it'll tell you more information about what's inside. Like I said, no catches, no strings attached. Grab your copy of this Gold Pack now, and I'll see you inside the program. So, subscribe to this channel to continue to get more free, great information about how to improve your craft on machine. Education is coming every single day, so I appreciate you watching this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.